Hello, today is Thursday, and I wanted to talk about today, but I also wanted to talk about some things that happened yesterday that I didn't get a chance to record. So, yesterday, I was thinking really heavily on emotions and how it's important not to repress them. And so, I applied that yesterday, and through documenting my emotions, yesterday at 9:40 in the morning, I was at work and this topic came about in our conversation that brought me back to a memory of the past. And I could have dwelled in that, and a part of me wanted to think about it and to kind of maybe even stay in that mindset. But I decided to just feel it and let it be there. And if it wants to go, it can go. And in doing that, it feels like I don't have to push down these emotions, that I can just be with them. And that is so, it feels very liberating. But yeah, so I went over that the first day and I wrote, I found myself letting my thoughts and emotions fly by. As a result, I was free. I didn't need to identify with that thought or feeling, and when I let it be, it left as soon as it came. I identified emotions as different levels of rain. They are something that is momentarily, like a quick rain, something fleeting, something that comes and goes, something to be seen, something that you don't attach yourself to. And that really helped me because emotions sometimes can be like rain just pouring down on you, and sometimes you can stay in that, but the rain goes, the rain comes, the sun comes up. It's a different cycle. So just letting it be and not feeling the need to attach oneself to it it's very liberating. So now for today, which is Thursday, February 20th. Today, I wanted to hone in on anxiety. For my emotions for Thursday, one of the key points of my day that I had written down was that I had felt a moment of anxiety and as if I was behind. And this was due to me falling asleep when I should have been doing homework. And as a result, I woke up, I was really freaked out. I was like, oh my goodness, I just lost this amount of time, these 2 hours where I could have been getting ahead. But I took a moment and I did some meditation. I calmed myself, my thoughts, and really just had God help me put things into perspective. And so I just, I was talking to Jesus, and I just felt as if I was going over my day and how my days have been in the past, and I've been operating from a state of anxiety. I'll be going through my day and I will do what I need to do, but it will all be operated through a state of anxiety. For example, I'll be working on an assignment and I'll be thinking in my head, what is the next assignment? What will I be doing in the next 3 hours? And I'll think about it and bring a lot of anxiety to myself. But rather, through the meditation, I was able to see what was right in front of me and be joyous in that moment. And I noticed that there were two perspectives that I could take on while doing my work. Number one, I'm behind. I need to catch up now. I need to do all these things now. Or number two, I'll take things as they go and focus on what I need to focus on in front of me. And I feel as if God wants us to have peace and to release us from anxiety. He wants us to have calmness, so applying that really just helped me feel calm and in the moment. And I think that's something that God wants for us. He wants us to live each and every day, of course with purpose, but also to experience. Many of us are living in times that we once prayed for, so don't forget to cherish each moment. Another key thing that I noticed is sleep deprivation. I haven't really been sleeping well. I've been getting at minimum maybe 6 hours of sleep, and I noticed that although sometimes I might not think it affects me, it really does. I think that it for sure makes me more irritated, and I think that the processes that are going inside of my body with my hormones and just my body chemistry is being altered. And I'm not at the point where I can give my all 100% in efficiency and in focus. And I feel that me being tired, it's just my body's not processing the way that it needs to, compared to if I had gotten sleep. It would be working at its peak, but throughout the day I'll feel sluggish, like I can't focus, tired, and then I end up falling asleep. So I will be prioritizing my sleep more. I had nap today and I'm going to sleep early today. Well, I'm going to sleep at 12, but I had 3 hours of sleep, 2 to 3 earlier, and I will be waking up perhaps around 4 or 5. I'm gonna try to aim for that, so maybe around a total of 7 hours. For the future, I'll make my sleep more like a block rather than it being separated in chunks. But yeah, that's all I have for today. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I would like to focus on building my self-esteem tomorrow and focusing on achievements. Hey everybody, today is February 22nd. I am pretty excited to speak to you guys about what I did today. I focused in on achievements, and I believe for the past 2 days, I've been writing things that I'm proud of myself about. And well, I just wanted to share a few. I did a Bible study in Spanish, and that is my mother's language. I'm not quite fluent and proficient in that language yet, but I have been practicing, and puedo decir que sí estoy muy emocionada y I forgot how to say proud of myself in Spanish, but I don't know if it's orgullosa. Anywho, I'm very proud of myself. I'm gonna learn how to say it. I'm very proud of myself, but I completed this book that we're going over about emotions. That makes me really excited. I like to break up the book during the week and say, I'll read this much this day, this much this day. So I'm very happy I completed it for this week. And I'm excited that I've begun to take up space. I want to encourage myself to not be afraid to speak up during class and to ask questions, because it's important to show up and to take space and to be confident. And every Friday I do this thing where I buy myself coffee on Fridays, and it's one of the highlights of my days. And I once heard someone say that the best moments are the little things that happen. Not necessarily the big things, but the little things like getting yourself coffee or talking to somebody. It really is they really are the highlights of our days. And for today specifically, I've been working on my push-ups, and I want to build strength. And today I was able to do 5 girl push-ups, but my chest was very close to the floor. So I was really proud of myself, and I even thought, I don't want anybody to make fun of me. I'm not sure if I should be doing this at the gym, but I asked myself, what would the best friend version of me do? And I would definitely encourage myself to do it. So I did do it, and it brought me a lot of fulfillment in that moment, and even now. I also decided to go over desires. In the book, it's called jealousy, but there are some things that I would more I would put it in the box of desire rather than jealousy. And there are some situations where I experience jealousy, which is, I feel like, a stronger emotion. But here are some of my desires. I would like to drink more water in order to have clearer skin. I feel as if sometimes when you get pimples or have a little breakout, you tend to shy away and you want to hide. But the reason as to why I would like to have clear skin is to not be afraid, to present myself. In high school, I struggled with acne, and it was worse back then, and it really affected my confidence. So for any of you guys going through that, just know it gets better. It really does. But yes, I would like to focus on drinking more water. I would like to do more things with my hair. I cut my hair, actually. It used to be like over here, and before I showered, I was just like, you know what, let's do this, let's just cut it. So I cut off like 3 inches, and it actually didn't look too bad. But yeah, I would like to like do my hair more often and to do different styles. Lastly, I want to shift my focus on the outward rather than the inward, rather than worrying about how I come off to people or what I look like. I want to focus that attention to the outside, to learn about people, to talk to people, and to really cherish all of these moments. So that is my journal for today, and I'm very grateful for you guys listening and tagging along. I'm very excited just to be doing this, and God is so good. God is really healing me from the inside out, and I encourage you guys to join me on this. It's the funnest. And if you do, for sure comment down below what it is that you've learned so far, or any questions that you have for me. Bye bye. Hey guys, so before the night wraps up, I wanted to speak to you guys about an activity that I did today concerning the ego. And the ego is basically the self-made, the made-up concept in our minds about ourselves. And I went over the mirror mask. What I took away from the video is that we have a conflated version of ourselves. We think we're more prettier or more than what we actually are. And the guy gave an example. He saw himself speaking on video for the first time, and he did not like it whatsoever. He didn't like his voice, and he thought that he was more handsome. And basically this all goes to say that in the end, he was like, do I really look like that? Do I really sound like that? So he asked his close loved ones, and they were like, yes, you do look like that. You do sound like that. So basically what the video was trying to get at is that everyone sees you for exactly who you are, and we need to be the ones that are okay with this. Everybody else is already okay with who we are. It's just us that have to kind of accept ourselves and our shortcomings. And this was very helpful to me because I tend to put a lot of focus on my looks, and I think, well, I just need to fix this. Let me just fix this hair. Let me just do my makeup a little more. And I went out throughout my day applying this, like, you know what? I'm just gonna get ready, and go out. I'm not gonna overthink it. I mean, I'm just gonna show up as who I am, and I don't need to be this perfect thing because everybody already knows I'm not. And so I was just me, and it felt very liberating. That's something I'm very proud of myself today. I was able to just accept myself. And I tend to look at photos of myself and I'm like, which one's the best one? Or I don't like this angle, I need to post a different one. This time I got a photo that I really liked. I didn't really care that, let's say, I had a double chin in the photo or my smile looked off. I didn't care. I just said, I like this photo, I'm gonna post it on my story. And I did, and it brought me so much joy and so much fulfillment. So that's just the journey that I'm walking on right now. True fulfillment. And I'm gonna link the video down below. I definitely recommend that you guys watch it, and I can't wait for tomorrow's activity. Hello, it's February 24th, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my day today. So today I was really proud of myself. I found myself getting ready to go eat in the cafeteria, and I did some makeup, but I started to feel sad. And I recalled that earlier that day I heard someone say that we need to be able to give all of ourselves to God, and if there's an area where we are like, oh God, don't look at that, or please don't help me with that, then that is the area that we need help in. And I began to think of my attachment to makeup, which I had worked on in the past, and I surrendered it to God for some time. But I was starting to notice that it was becoming an issue again. I was starting to focus too much on what I looked like. Just like how we had talked about yesterday about how people perceive us and that mask. I was starting to focus a little too much about how people perceived me. And I noticed it was an issue, and I was thinking like, I don't want to go through the process of letting it go and all those emotions that are going to rise up. But I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wear my makeup, it'll be fine. So I put on some blush and I headed down the steps, and I stopped, and I felt a sadness. Like, it felt like my soul was sad. And in a way, what I was communicating to myself, well, I don't believe makeup is bad. I believe it's beautiful and it can be used to accentuate your features. However, in my sense, I don't think I was doing it for that. I feel like I was doing it because I didn't like certain features, so I was trying to not accentuate them, but kind of like to hide them. So I felt sadness, and I couldn't quite pinpoint why. But I went into the bathroom and I just looked at myself. And I was like, am I gonna do this? Am I gonna take off my makeup, like on my nose, because I like to make my nose look smaller? And I just stood there for some time, and I decided, you know what, okay. So I took it off, and at first it was a little uncomfortable, but as the day went on, I felt like I could be me. I felt like I could be myself. And I also felt that the connections that I had to other people, I was able to feel them more deeply, because I was focused on them rather than, oh, is my makeup rubbing off, or how do I look to this person, or what is this person going to think of me, blah, 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 blah. And I was just able to really focus on the individual in front of me and not focus on myself, which I found so beautiful. And I don't think I'm going to try to cover up my nose anymore. I like to wear blush over my nose, some contour, and perhaps maybe in the future, but I don't want to be ashamed of my features or try to hide them. I want to accentuate them, and I want to make myself feel beautiful, because I am beautiful. Just, I have this certain perception of myself, and I think that we all compare ourselves, and we make ourselves feel like we're not as beautiful, or not as smart, not as intelligent. And it's all about perception, because other people can view us as beautiful, but we don't see it, and we even think they're lying when they're being genuine. And so I want to redefine what it means to be beautiful, and I'm gonna go on that journey. I want to redefine what it means to be beautiful. And so yeah, I was proud of myself today, because I did go out without makeup, and I was feeling a little bit self-conscious. I had a little bit of blush here and here, but I didn't do my makeup like how I usually did, so I felt a little bit uncomfortable, but it worked out for the best, and I felt very free. I felt very happy. I felt fulfilled. That's one of the words that I would like to use. I felt very fulfilled, because when I wear makeup, it triggers my, it causes like a catalyst of Do I look pretty enough? How does this person perceive me? And even thoughts come in that I don't want, like, does this guy find me attractive? But I don't care about that. But it starts to come in. So I realize that I need to not just, I can't talk myself out of these things. For example, I can be like, well, no, I don't care, and then push away those thoughts. No, I have to show myself, like, no, I am okay with that. I don't need approval from guys or my friends, whatever. I don't need to be seeking approval from guys or my friends. I can be me, and I can show myself through the action, not through talking myself out of it through words. I find that is more effective for me. And also, I love myself. I don't want to make myself feel like I need to hide something. I am beautiful, and if people are uncomfortable with that, it's okay. I can't talk myself out of the feeling of feeling uncomfortable, of showing myself and expressing myself. So I just need to do it. That feeling of fear is gonna be there regardless, and I need to act out of love for myself. I have this birthmark on my leg, and ever since I was a young child, I didn't like it because I perceived it as something that made me different. And so when I hit 8th grade, I was in volleyball, and we had to wear shorts. So I asked my mom to take me to the makeup store so that I could find foundation to hide it. And it failed. You could still see it. So I just embraced it, and I accepted it. But now I moved to a new school. Nobody's seen my birthmark yet, and I've been pushing it off, but I think tomorrow will be the day. I want to make tomorrow the day, but I feel so much fear. I don't know why. It's just a birthmark, but it wasn't even middle school. It was in 3rd grade when I wanted to hide it, and I started to feel self-conscious. But I just want to express myself. I like shorts. I like overalls. If I want to wear that, it's okay. I can wear that. And it'll be the true expression of myself. So yeah, I feel a little nervous about that. But we'll be okay, baby steps. And I'm excited. I do want to wear shorts tomorrow. It's gonna be hot tomorrow. I'm on this journey of self-love and really showing myself what it means to be loved by myself. I want to express that. It's a little bit difficult, and it's a little bit scary, a little bit challenging, but it is a journey. So it's a journey I'm willing to go on for myself. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for listening. Hey guys, today I am going to talk about courage. It's important to step out of our comfort zones, because that is the only way that we are going to grow as individuals. It may feel scary, but I want to encourage you to be fearless and to be courageous, because that is where change can come, and growth, your personal growth. I wanted to talk a little bit about differentiating what we are in control of, what we are not in control of, and what we are semi in control of. One of the things I would like to focus on is outcomes. One thing I think that it's important that I remind myself is that I'm not in control of what happens. Of course, I am in control of my emotions, but my behaviors. I am in control of my behaviors, but ultimately what happens is, But ultimately, what happens, happens. I could stress about a certain thing or want a certain thing to happen, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that will happen. Ultimately, God's plan will prevail. It doesn't mean that I can't work hard at something, but what I truly mean is that at the end of the day, if it's not for me, or if God doesn't want that for me yet, or if God is taking the time to mature me, then it's gonna take time. And Ecclesiastes 3:11, God makes everything perfect in His time. So if you are striving towards a specific thing and you're struggling and you want it badly, give it to God and surrender, because ultimately He is the strength that will pull us through. He is the one that accomplishes all things and all victories. We are just vessels that He can use, and ultimately everything that we do is for His kingdom. So it does matter to God that you get to where He's calling you to be, but you are right now exactly where you need to be. And if God needs you somewhere, ask Him and He will help you get there. But if you're in a posture of surrender where you're asking God to help you be who He has called you to be, if you're surrendered and just living each day and putting your best foot forward, then you are exactly where you need to be. You aren't behind, you aren't too ahead, you are exactly where you need to be. It may not feel like it, but let time have its perfect work. I think there's a verse that says something correlated to maturity, and something about letting patience and time have its perfect work, so you'll be mature and ready. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Hey guys, today is officially the last day. I just wanted to say today that I think today I could admit to myself that I don't have it all figured out. My feelings, just getting things in order, in line, I don't have it all figured out. And I think that's why I'm so grateful for God, because I can see my shortcomings and I want to serve Him and do things at 100%, control my emotions, understand myself, but I don't have it all figured out. And I think that that's something beautiful and something to just experience and take in. And with accepting that, we don't push away that emotion, but I can just feel it. However, I know a new beginning is gonna start. I've been a bit behind with videos, but I feel like after this video, I'm gonna be caught up more. And I'm going to be able to commit and put in all my effort for the following videos. And I'm so excited to learn more, to show you guys more, to learn and apply it. I think that not only are these videos for you guys, but they're also for me to see, to document, to record, and if in a way it allows me to look back at how much I've grown. So I just wanted to share that. Don't be afraid to feel and to accept. And I was trying not to procrastinate in this video, so I was just like, you know what? Let's not put an expectation on it or make it harder than it needs to be. Let's just record. And so that's what I'm doing. So I want to encourage you guys to get started, whatever project it is that you may be pushing back. Just get started and take off the weight of it has to be perfect. Take off that weight off of yourself and just put your best foot forward and let God carry you through the rest. thank you guys for joining me on this journey. Please let me know if you guys would like to tag along and tell me how it went for you guys. I care about you guys a lot, so thank you.